Most people believe that once your body starts breaking down after 50, there's not much you can do about it. That the stiffness in your knees, the slower recovery after a long day, the way injuries take twice as long to heal as they did in your 30s, that all of this is simply the price of getting older. What if I told you that belief is wrong? Not optimistically wrong, not motivationally wrong, scientifically wrong. Because inside your body right now, inside your bones, your blood, your organs, there is a population of cells whose entire job is to repair and regenerate you from the inside out. Every single day. They rebuild worn out tissue, they replace damaged cells, they restore organs that have been stressed or injured. And they have been doing this work quietly without any credit for your entire life. These are your stem cells, and they are far more powerful than most people realize. As a physician, I have spent years studying the science of how food protects the human body from disease. And the research that has had the greatest impact on how I think about health after 50 comes from the work of Dr. William Li, a Harvard-trained physician and the founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation, whose research has contributed to treatments that have impacted over 50 million people worldwide. Today, we are going deep into what Dr. Li calls the second of your body's 5 health defense systems, stem cell regeneration. What the research has revealed about this system and what it means for how you eat is one of the most exciting stories in modern medicine. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand your own body in a way that most people never do. And I'm going to give you 4 specific foods backed by real research that have been shown to activate and protect your stem cells, starting with your very next meal. Let us start with what stem cells actually are. Because most people have heard the term, but very few people understand what these cells actually do on a daily basis inside a living, breathing body. A stem cell is a special type of cell that has not yet decided what it wants to be when it grows up. That sounds simple, but it is actually extraordinary. Most cells in your body have a fixed identity. A liver cell is a liver cell. A muscle cell is a muscle cell. A brain cell is a brain cell. They know their job and they do it. But stem cells are different. They are blank slates, and when the body needs them, they can transform, divide into whatever type of cell is required at that specific moment in that specific location. Need to repair a damaged blood vessel? Stem cells become endothelial cells. Need to rebuild muscle fiber after injury? Stem cells become muscle cells. Need to restore a section of liver tissue? Stem cells become liver cells. This is regeneration. Real, biological, scientifically documented regeneration. And for most of human history, we did not think this was possible in adult humans. The textbook said that humans could not meaningfully regenerate. That was the accepted science. We were taught that some animals, salamanders, certain fish, starfish, could regrow entire limbs. But humans, we were stuck with what we had. That chapter of the biology textbook has now been rewritten. We now know that humans regenerate every single day. Your intestinal lining replaces itself every 3 to 5 days. The surface of your skin renews itself every 2 to 3 weeks. Your liver, if partially damaged, can regenerate itself significantly within weeks. Even your heart, which was once thought to be completely irreplaceable, contains a population of stem cells that participate in ongoing repair. As Dr. Li puts it, we are all made out of stem cells. Every single cell in your body traces its origin back to a stem cell. And the stem cells that remain active in your adult body are one of the most important resources you have for staying healthy as you age. So the question is, where are these stem cells? And what happens to them after 50? Your stem cells live in several locations throughout your body. The largest reservoir is in your bone marrow, the soft tissue inside your large bones. From there, stem cells are constantly released into your bloodstream, where they circulate and respond to signals from damaged or stressed tissues. Think of it like an emergency response system. Your organs and tissues send out chemical distress signals when they need repair. Your circulating stem cells detect those signals, travel to the location, and begin the repair process. It is elegant, it is precise, and it is happening inside you right now. But here is what changes after the age of 50. The number of stem cells actively circulating in your bloodstream begins to decline. Not dramatically at first, but consistently, year by year, the supply gets a little smaller, the response gets a little slower, the repairs take a little longer, and the tissues that depend on that repair process begin to show it. This is why recovery takes longer after 50. This is why small injuries that would have healed in days now take weeks. This is why the physical resilience you felt in your 30s and 40s begins to feel less reliable. It is not imagination, it is biology. Your stem cell activity is declining. But, and this is the critical point, it does not have to decline as fast as it does for most people, because what Dr. Lee's research alongside other leading scientists has clearly established is that certain foods can directly influence the number of stem cells circulating in your blood. They can mobilize stem cells from the bone marrow into the bloodstream. They can protect existing stem cells from damage. They can, in measurable, documented ways, support your body's own regenerative capacity. This is not theory. Scientists have drawn blood from people before and after consuming specific foods and actually counted the stem cells. The difference is real, and it is significant. Let me show you the evidence. Food number 1, dark chocolate. Now I know what you are thinking. Dark chocolate? As a health food? Even as a physician, when I first came across this research, I had to read it twice. But stay with me because the science here is genuinely remarkable. Cacao, the raw ingredient in dark chocolate, contains compounds called polyphenols and flavonols. Dr. Lee's team analyzed these compounds using the same pharmaceutical testing methods used for drug development. What they found was striking. The polyphenols in cacao can actually double the number of stem cells in your circulation. Double! That is not a small effect, that is a profound one. Additionally, the flavonols in dark chocolate improve endothelial function, the health of the cells lining your blood vessels, which is directly related to how efficiently stem cells can travel through your body to reach damaged tissues. Better circulation means better stem cell delivery, and dark chocolate supports both. The stipulation here is important. We are talking about dark chocolate with high cacao content, 70% or above. Not milk chocolate, not the sweetened candy bar, high cacao dark chocolate, consumed in a modest amount, a square or two. That is the dose the research points to. Food number 2, foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Dr. Lee's research, consistent with multiple independent studies, has shown that omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids directly increase stem cell activity. The best food sources are fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies. And interestingly, edible seaweeds are also a meaningful source, which connects to what Dr. Lee calls the Mediterranean diet, the combination of Mediterranean and Asian food cultures that he identifies as one of the most powerful dietary patterns for longevity. The mechanism is well understood. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce systemic inflammation, and chronic inflammation is one of the primary things that damages and depletes your stem cells over time. When you reduce inflammation, you protect your stem cell population. When you actively consume omega-3s, you go a step further and increase their activity. 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. That is the meaningful dose. Food number 3, extra virgin olive oil. According to Dr. Lee's framework, extra virgin olive oil is one of the most important foods for protecting stem cells as we age. The specific compounds responsible are oleic acid and a polyphenol called oleocanthal, the same compound that gives good olive oil its characteristic peppery finish at the back of the throat. And here's something beautiful about this from a practical standpoint. When you combine extra virgin olive oil with fatty fish, think of a simple Mediterranean-style dish, salmon drizzled with olive oil and herbs, you are hitting your stem cell defense system from 2 directions simultaneously. The omega-3s activate stem cells. The olive oil protects them. 1 meal, 2 mechanisms. This is what Dr. Lee calls food synergy. Individual foods working together to produce effects greater than any single food could achieve alone. Food number 4, tea, specifically green tea, black tea, and matcha. Dr. Lee's research highlights tea as one of the most effective stem cell activators available to us. Tea revitalizes and mobilizes stem cells. The same EGCG compound we discussed in our last video on angiogenesis is also active in the stem cell system. But there is an important detail here that most people miss. Adding dairy, milk, or cream to your tea can reduce the absorption of these beneficial compounds. The proteins in dairy bind to the polyphenols and make them harder for your body to use. This does not mean you can never have milk in your tea, but if you are drinking tea specifically for its health benefits, drink it plain, or with a squeeze of lemon, which actually enhances absorption. Dr. Lee also specifically mentions goji berries as relevant to stem cell health. These small red berries contain compounds that protect and mobilize stem cells, and are also believed to help preserve vision health, a significant concern for many adults over 50. A small handful of goji berries, eaten as a snack, added to oatmeal, mixed into trail mix, is all it takes. Now, I want to address something that comes up often when I share Dr. Lee's research with patients. When people hear the word stem cells, they immediately think of controversial clinic treatments, expensive injections, ethical debates. And because of that association, many people assume stem cells are something external, something you have to go get, not something your body already has. But Dr. Lee's framework turns that assumption completely upside down. Your body already has stem cells. They are already working. They have been working since before you were born. The question is not how to get stem cells. The question is how to keep the ones you have as active and protected as possible for as long as possible. And the answer, according to the research Dr. Lee and his colleagues have conducted, is largely on your plate. As Dr. Lee states in his research, we do not have to turn to conventional medicine to stimulate stem cell growth. Similar to angiogenesis, there are foods we can consume that encourage stem cell production and protect stem cell health. That is a powerful statement, and it comes directly from the science. I also want to connect today's topic back to what we covered in our last video. Because these defense systems do not operate in isolation, they work together. We talked about angiogenesis, how your body controls blood vessel growth to keep microscopic cancers dormant. Stem cells are directly involved in that process too. When your blood vessels are damaged or stressed, stem cells are called in to repair them. When your tissue needs new blood supply for healthy reasons, after exercise, during healing, stem cells help build the new vessels. A strong stem cell system supports your angiogenesis system. A healthy angiogenesis system creates better conditions for stem cells to travel and do their work. They are not separate shields. They are overlapping, interconnected layers of the same fortress. And the foods that support one system often support the other. Green tea activates both. Dark chocolate supports both. Extra virgin olive oil benefits both. This is the genius of Dr. Lee's approach. You are not optimizing one defense system at a time. You are strengthening all five at once. Let me leave you with something practical. This week, try one new thing from today's video. Just one. If you already drink green tea, add a square of dark chocolate, 70% cacao or above, 3 or 4 times this week. If you already eat salmon, try cooking it in extra virgin olive oil instead of butter. Small additions, consistent habits. That is the pattern that adds up to real change in your health over months and years. Tomorrow on Thrive After 50, we are going to talk about the third of Dr. Lee's 5 defense systems. And it is one that surprises almost everyone when they first learn about it. We are going to talk about the 39 trillion bacteria living inside your gut right now, and why they may be the most underappreciated health resource you have. The connection between your gut, your brain, your immune system, and your mood is one of the most fascinating stories in modern biology, and the foods that support it are probably already in your kitchen. You just did not know what they were doing. Subscribe to Thrive After 50 so you do not miss it. I will see you tomorrow.
All content is for educational purposes only and is inspired by the published research of Dr. William Lee and the Angiogenesis Foundation. Thrive After 50 is an independent educational channel and is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or officially connected to Dr. William Lee in any way. Always consult your own physician for personal medical advice.